We're an educational facility as well as a clinic that provides ABA therapy to learners with unique behavioral needs. Most of our kiddos do have an autism diagnosis, but it's not necessary to be here. Um, we serve learners essentially through their lifespan. Our our guys are largely receiving, well, actually everybody at the moment is receiving one-to-one education or therapy. So there's one teacher to one kid. Everything is specific to that learner. Um, so their skill sets are also kind of all over the place. And in my 18 years here, I think we've done some cool stuff. We've got some guys that were able to graduate and have become indistinguishable from their peers in a mainstream setting. You cannot tell that learner was ever here. And then we've got some dudes that you'll probably meet as we walk around that have been here for a decade or so, and will likely continue to be with us. And I think both of those stories are important. I think that it's amazing to recognize the growth and the progress and the outcome of the first learner I described, and then for our guys that have continued to be with us and will continue to still need some help, but they've gained so much along the way too that I think their story is equally important. As a smaller nonprofit, our location is wonderful, but it's premium location and carry. It's pretty costly. And I think that anyone in the human services field is never going to make as much as they should. And with us being a nonprofit, and I have a wonderful board that is very supportive of me taking any surplus that we make and giving it back to my staff or my kids. When we get a little extra, I want to do bonuses for people or buy things for the kids, and I will neglect pretty much everything else. You saw the grass and things like that, which I just, my daddy, you don't pay a guy to do something that you can do, so I try to do those things to save the school some money, but I get behind. And so there's a lot of stuff that just physically could be a little bit better about the school, but I'm also a firm believer that this wonderful staff I have could teach and attend. They don't need $1 million facility. If they care about the kid and care about what they're doing, we'll do a good job anywhere. But I do wish that we had more staff and I could spoil them more than we do, but we'll get there. I think that again the job that these folks are doing is incredible. The vibe in the building is amazing. The learners are having a good time, but I think both the learners and the instructors, if they had nicer walls to look at and nicer equipment to use, and some chairs that maybe were not falling apart, things like that, just what we already have. We're creative, so we don't need anything super special, just functional and nice. I would give them, I'll give these folks the world. The learners and their families and my staff. I can't tell you one thing. Yes, I can. It's the people. What we do is human services, so people matter. We're a really inclusive environment, and we're also a very eclectic environment. We're not your professional public school teachers. We are more of a band of misfits that just care about what we're doing. Professionalism, again, might not be our strong suit, but love and also outcome is. I think what I would wish for people that didn't know us was that there's hope. And I think a lot of times receiving a diagnosis for your child is a pretty scary time. And there's not really a tour guide on that journey that you're about to go on. And sometimes I think it's very overwhelming and difficult. And whether we serve them or not, because I don't have the same view of competition that other people do. I think if there's somebody out there that's going to serve a kid as well as we are, I hope they find that service. And we currently we're at capacity, so I still spend time doing tours to try to help parents find services, but just that there's hope. I think the most important thing in life in general is hope that things will be better. So knowing that there's somebody to support them and that there's hope and a better outcome. Nobody knows what that outcome is for any of us, but just that tomorrow can be better than today.